Being a paranormal investigator might sound exciting, exploring haunted locations, capturing ghostly evidence, uncovering dark secrets. But what if I told you that most investigators regret ever starting? They don't just hear footsteps in empty halls, they bring something home with them. They don't just record ghostly whispers, they wake up to them at 3 a.m. Some quit, some go missing, and some, they never truly escape. This is why it sucks to be a paranormal investigator. For most people, ghosts, demons, and spirits are just stories. But for paranormal investigators, the supernatural is real. They spend nights in abandoned asylums, cursed houses, and forgotten graveyards. They use spirit boxes, EMF detectors, and infrared cameras to capture proof of the unknown. But what they don't tell you is the cost. The mental and physical toll of chasing the dead. The unseen dangers that follow them home. Because when you start looking for spirits, they start looking for you. The investigators who went too far. Hollywood makes it seem easy. You go into a haunted house, ask a few questions, maybe see a chair move, and leave. But real paranormal investigators will tell you the truth. Most of them wish they had never started. Here's why. You never know what you're dealing with. Some spirits are just echoes of the past. Others? They want something. Ghost hunting is nothing like the movies. You don't just see full-bodied apparitions, you feel them. Cold spots, whispers, touches, something unseen breathing down your neck. You're never truly alone. Some investigators have woken up to scratches on their backs, objects moving in their homes, and nightmares that never stop. 1. The case of Joe Martinez, the man who brought something home. Joe was an amateur paranormal investigator who spent his weekends exploring abandoned buildings. One night, he and his team decided to investigate an old asylum that had been shut down for decades. The place was massive, long, empty hallways, rusted beds, peeling wallpaper, and a suffocating silence. The kind of silence that listens back. Using a spirit box, Joe asked, "Is anyone here with us?" At first, nothing. Then a whisper, "Run." But they didn't. As the night went on, things got worse. Their equipment glitched. Shadows moved where there shouldn't be any. At one point, Joe saw a figure standing at the end of the hall, tall, black, motionless. When they left, they laughed it off. But when Joe got home, the haunting didn't stop. Lights flickered. His dog refused to enter his bedroom. He'd wake up at 3:33 a.m. every night, feeling like someone was watching him from the doorway. One night, he woke up to something cold gripping his wrist. When he turned on the light, his arm had 3 long scratches. Joe quit ghost hunting after that, but whatever he found in that asylum, it never left him. 2. The demon that followed an investigator home. A famous investigator once spent the night at one of the most haunted locations in the world, the Sallie House. Legend says that a young girl named Sally died there, but what haunts the house isn't a child. The investigator spent the night setting up cameras, recording EVPs, and using a Ouija board. The first sign of danger? His equipment kept failing. Batteries drained instantly. Cameras shut off by themselves. Then at 2 a.m., he saw a shadow move across the room. The temperature dropped, and his breath became visible. A low, guttural voice whispered, "Leave." He didn't. That night, he had the most vivid nightmare of his life. He saw a dark figure standing over his bed, whispering in a language he didn't understand. When he woke up, his chest was burning. He looked in the mirror and saw 3 deep scratches across his skin. To this day, he says the haunting never stopped. He hears voices in his home. He sees shadows that shouldn't be there. And every night at exactly 3 a.m., his bedroom door creaks open on its own. The psychological cost of paranormal investigating. It's not just about ghosts. Paranormal investigators suffer real mental and emotional damage. Sleep paralysis. Many investigators report waking up unable to move, feeling a dark presence pressing on their chest. Hallucinations are real. Some begin to see and hear things even when they're not investigating. Depression and paranoia. The feeling of being watched never goes away. Many investigators end up quitting, moving, or worse, losing their minds. Because once you step into their world, you can't just walk away. To be a paranormal investigator. People think ghost hunting is just about capturing evidence. But the truth is, you're not just looking for ghosts. You're inviting them in. And sometimes, they follow you home. So if you ever think about becoming a paranormal investigator, ask yourself, are you ready to see something you can never unsee? Are you ready to hear whispers when no one is there? Are you ready to wake up at 3 a.m. and not be alone? Because once you cross that line, there's no going back. Ghosts don't play fair. And some things, they don't like being disturbed. If you want to hear more terrifying true